Hello friends, and welcome to Extreme DX. I'm your host Bruce. Today on Extreme DX, we're going to compare these little passive loop antennas that have been for sale for several decades. First from Terk, the AM Advantage. It was for sale for many years at C. Crane, but appears to have been discontinued. Of course, there's no good idea that somebody has that Radio Shack didn't clone. So Radio Shack made a clone of this antenna, and it was catalog number, there you can see it, 15-1853. And finally, Texsun AN200. Now, of the three, you can only still buy the Texsun. It's for sale at Amazon, and I'll try to remember to post a link below this video. But which of these three is better, assuming you can pick up the older models on eBay somehow? Well, to test this, I'm going to use the good old reliable Kotosun DX286, which has an internal antenna as well as an external antenna input, and it also has a dB meter where you can actually see the numbers of the signal strength of the received signal. For this, I'm going to use direct connection, although you can use these antennas by just getting them close to your radio, and I might demonstrate that at the end.
Employee benefits, we can help you compare your options and make confident decisions. Visit us at txstateinsurance.com or call us for your money.
Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Hey, look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonias and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose.
And where a person ever invites Jesus Christ into his heart, that expression, you may use it very sincerely, leaving the truth in that area of your life. So the only way to fight him back is with the absolute truth, so that he can live his life of righteousness in you. In other words, you become the vessel, and then he is trying.
I think I really question how important the rejuvenation is, because it's really the film that I didn't really hear any of it. I know you're talking about the condensation line, but that's all I heard. Can you tell me again? A problem? I know a lot of times it doesn't quite line up with the floor drain. We end up with some water on the concrete floor, and everybody thinks it's a problem.
And there you have it. I only did 3 test stations because I've done the full sequence on all of the antennas before, and it would be a repeat, but I've never done one that directly compares them. And it's also getting really hot and humid outside, so I need to limit my exposure to the heat. I had extreme heat stroke, and I got it, believe it or not, in Minneapolis at their zoo on the black asphalt walk. And once you get heat stroke, you never really get over it. So I have to be very careful to hydrate and limit my exposure to high humid heat. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was extremely surprised. The AN200 is the clear winner with 10, 15, sometimes even 20 dB more signal strength on the stations that I tested, even though all 3 loops are approximately the same size. Now, I did a page on loop antennas some time back, and I can also link that at the bottom, although I may be converting some of those web pages into videos in the future, so you know how to construct large loops. But anyway, the size of the loop, the cross-sectional area of it, is the key factor in sensitivity. So why then is the AN200 so much better? Well, the second factor in loop sensitivity is the gauge of the wire, and that translates into its internal resistance. So the fact that the AN200 was so much better probably has to do with the gauge of its wire. Okay, we have a bit of a mystery on our hands, but I think I have a solution to it. I was able to dig into these things. The Terk I have very good access to, the interior. Radio Shack, not so much, but I do have access to the coil wire, so I was able to measure its gauge. Also have access on these two to the secondary winding, which is very obviously one turn on the Terk and unknown number of turns on the Radio Shack, and certainly unknown number of turns on the Texan, although I was able to measure resistance of the secondaries on all three antennas with the milliohm meter. Now, on the Terk, I got 6.7 milliohms. I got 6.9 milliohms on the Radio Shack and 10.1 milliohms on the Texan. And that leads me to my conclusion. I have 2 turns on the secondary on the Texan. And let me tell you why I think that's true. I was able to count the number of turns on the Terk as 28. I was not able to measure the number of turns on the Radio Shack. However, I was able to measure the number of turns on the Texan, and I got 30. Now, the tuning capacitors in here are pretty much the same on all units. It's one section of a 4-section AM/FM tuning capacitor that's obviously salvaged from somewhere. But why would you have a different number of turns on the Terk and the Texan? Well, if you consider the secondaries as well, you have 29 turns on the Terk and there's 30 on the Texan. So it would have an extra 2 turns corresponding to the secondary. So that is probably the answer as to why the Texan is so much better than the Terk and the Radio Shack. It has 2 turns on the secondary sense coil instead of just 1. Now, of course, the obvious temptation here is to reverse engineer the Terk and put an extra turn on it. And here is that extra turn of wire. Next, I'm going to button it up.
I had some green beans that really started out nice, and then got a...
And you got plenty of time to get another crop of those. Squash, you can't plant the
son, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is changing my life. Like, I'm going to do right for my son. And so my son grew up there in the nursery and then in the children's and all that. It wasn't in...
Too long. Roto-Rooters licensed and experienced plumbers can fix any size plumbing problem. So give them a call.
Yes, I think that the Terk was definitely improved by the extra winding. You can look at the numbers and compare it with the first run that I took earlier. I did promise you that I was going to show you, for novices that don't want to use external inputs and people whose radios don't have external inputs, I have reverted the DX280 back to just its internal ferrite loop, and you can see a 52 on the signal strength. Now I put the Texan near it, and now we've got a 78 on the signal strength. So no connection is required. You just have to get these loops near the radio. So if you need AM boost and you're not a technical person, all you have to do is go to Amazon and buy one of these. No, I don't get an affiliate fee from Amazon or anything. I'm just telling you about a good product. If you enjoy these videos, click the subscribe button and click the little bell, and I will see you next time.